All right, so definitely not bad. I probably had another 2 reps in the tank. Might have been even more if I didn't have that little misgroove at the beginning. I have noticed that with heavier weights on the bench press, I do have a lot more trouble unracking. At first, I just thought that it was because of the awkward position of the bar that I wasn't really going to be able to do anything about that. But I realized that it was my last warm up set. It was 245 for 2. That the unrack was a lot easier. It was even easier than the previous warm up set, which was, I'm pretty sure it was 220. And I think the reason for that is because I did a similar thing that I do with my squat, and that's forcing myself into the bar. And the reason why I do that, this is probably going to sound a little bro sciencey, but my thought process with that is if I go 100% with the same weight in the beginning, which is I'm probably moving like 1 inch, maybe 2 inches, that it just gets in my head and it makes me think that the weight that I'm using is light. Because if I just already lifted it and it was less than a second, then the walkout is going to be easier and I'm going to be able to push through whatever sticking point I may have. So starting this upcoming arm day, I am going to start implementing that into my setup, mainly because when I'm finding my feet for the leg drive, I have to calm myself down, and it's a little bit difficult to hype myself back up when I don't really have that much time. And I will say the main reason why I think I should do this is because I actually noticed with the 275 for 2 that it actually makes me weaker. Because on the unrack, I felt like my left arm was very weak, and throughout the lift, when I was pushing on the first rep, I could tell that my left arm, wait, no, my right arm. Yeah, my right arm was falling behind, and on the second rep, I felt my right arm had a little bit of downward motion. And that's pretty much just a short-term problem because once I have a spotter, I'm not really going to have to worry about that too much. But since I don't have one right now, I just want to kind of nip it in the bud before my body starts developing imbalances to counteract it. I think that's pretty much going to be it for bench. And honestly, I've realized that I've had less and less stuff to talk about doing these videos. And that isn't like I don't feel like doing them anymore. It's just because I decided that the main point of them was going to be me talking about form, because I realized that when I guess when I put it into words, it's a little bit easier to actually put it into action. There's a quote. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm 100% gonna butcher it. I saw it on a poster in like first, second grade, so I really don't remember it. But it's like dreams become thoughts. No, wait. Dreams become wishes. Wishes become thoughts. Thoughts become words. And words become reality. And that's kind of the mindset that I've tried to adapt when making these videos. And it's definitely been a helper for certain things I want to try, because if I just think that I want to do something, I don't really have as much of an incentive to do it, because I think a lot and a lot of things are just passing thoughts and they don't really matter. So when I put thoughts into words, then it's easier to become a reality, like the quote says. And making these has actually helped with a lot of other stuff. One thing in particular is actually getting through my workout, because sometimes I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do this. I'm probably just gonna go back inside after this set, and like deeper in my head, I'm like, no, I gotta record all the sets for the video. And it's also kind of reverse. So sometimes I'm like, oh man, I don't want to record the next set, and deeper in my head, I'm like, yeah, but I'm only saying that because I'm just being lazy and I don't want to do the next set, so that they kind of help each other out in that regard. But I do think that not really having anything else to talk about is definitely a good thing, just because it shows that I have progressed a lot when it comes to my form. And I definitely don't think that I'm anywhere close to the end. Just because a lot of the stuff that I have left to learn just comes with experience, and I won't really be able to rush it. And that does get me kind of excited because now I'm going to be able to put a little bit more focus into other things like becoming a coach slash trainer. And there's definitely a lot of stuff that I have to do for that, that most of it I haven't even thought of yet. All right, so since there's no squat video, I'm probably just gonna go over a little bit. I strained my right hamstring. It's very minor. It pretty much, it feels completely better right now. I'm gonna wait one extra day just to be 100% sure that it's fine. It's definitely not something just out of the blue. Since we're doing 2 reps, and it's a lot closer to my 1 rep max. So obviously, there's going to be a lot more issues and a lot more close calls with injury. And my hamstrings are definitely a weak point for me. Not because genetics or anything. It may be because genetics. I'm not sure, but they're just very undertrained. I haven't really done them for that long. It's probably been, honestly, probably only a couple months, definitely not a year, that I've been consistently training my hamstrings. So they're obviously going to be a lot less durable. And when they're being put in the same place with muscles that I've been training since day one, back since day one, legs day one, and the only other thing is hamstrings and calves. And calves don't really play that much of a factor. So hamstrings are under a lot of stress, and they haven't been built up to be able to handle it yet. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to figure out what the hell I'm going to talk about for next video, and I'll see you next time.